thought it would be fun to compile a bookish bucket list for myself. There are a lot of things that I want to do or accomplish that relate to books. So I thought that was the easiest thing to call it, my bookish bucket list. And I have it on my computer, all typed up, and I'm going to share it. So I don't know if I'll do this at random, but here we go. First, I want to talk about authors that I really want to meet. I have already met some authors, which is really cool. I've met R.F. Kuang, I have met M.L. Rio, and I have met Nat Cassidy. Absolutely amazing that I got to meet them. I'm still starstruck. But an author that I would really, really love to meet is Stephen King. That would be a turning point in my life. I think it would be the most exciting thing I've ever experienced. I have been to Stephen King's house, not inside, but like when I went to Maine, me and my boyfriend went to see Stephen King's house. It's like a big tourist thing there, I guess. But it was really cool. Another author I would really love to meet is Dean Koontz. He's another like thriller horror writer. Absolutely love him. If I could meet any other authors, I think Tara Maffei, is that how you say it? She wrote the Shatter Me series. It is one of my favorite book series of all time. I would love to meet her. Oh my gosh, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Pretty much any author, really, I'd love to meet. I do regularly talk to a couple indie authors, which is pretty cool, but I read their arcs, so we like to keep in touch because of that. Eric LaRocca. Love Eric LaRocca's books. I would love to meet him. That would be really cool. I don't have any other authors written down that I thought of earlier. So I think that is all on my list for now. We'll move on to something else. Now I want to talk about books I want to own. Two of my goals in life are to own every single Stephen King book and to own every single Dean Koontz book. There are a bunch of authors that I already own all of their books, but they're either newer authors or they just don't have many books out. Stephen King and Dean Koontz have probably close to 100 books each out, and they both still write. So that might take me a little while, but I've already been slowly chipping away at the book lists. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and I think there are more behind those. I have probably around 20 Stephen King books already, so we're partway there. I own 5 or 6 Dean Koontz books, so we're not as close on that one, but we'll get there. We will get there. I don't know if there are any books that I really, really want to own. When I want a book, I pretty much get it on my Kindle. I get it on Libby. I will go to the library. I just buy it outright. Any special edition books, I usually don't go for those so much. I will be getting the deluxe special edition of R.F. Kuang's new book, and it will be signed, so that's I don't even know how I'm gonna feel when I actually have it in my hands. I'm probably going to scream. But there aren't really any books that I want to own very badly. No, I can't think of any. I do have the, like, big fancy special edition of the Poppy War, so I would love to have the other 2 books in that trilogy to go with it. I know the Dragon Republic, to match that one, is coming soon, so I will probably be getting that one when it comes out. And I did order a special edition of A Little Life from Waterstones, so it is coming from the UK. Very excited about that one. Not really much else I can think of that I want to own right now. Yeah, I guess I have everything I want. I'm also just not very, I don't know, touchy about it. Like, I don't want to collect every single version of a book. I just want to be able to read it, pretty much. So, we'll move on to something more vague. So, this little category is going to be more reading goals. I want to read more translated literature in the future. Augustina Bazterrica, I believe you say her name. She is one of my favorite translated authors. I absolutely love her books. I don't think I really have many other translated books. I don't know if A Little Life is translated or not. I'll have to double check on that one. But I don't really have all that many translated works, and I want to change that. I want to read more translated stuff. So hopefully I can work on that soon. I'd want to be able to read in another language. I did have a video previously talking about this. I already bought myself a German copy of Animal Farm, which is one of my all-time favorite books, and I am working more on my German studies this summer to work up to being able to read that independently in German. So that's really exciting. This one is a really big one. I want to be able to read every physical book that I own. I have almost 200 physical books on my shelf that I either have not read yet or I haven't read it since I was much younger. And ooh, there is some crazy thunder outside right now. But it's either I have not read them or I haven't read them in so long that I'm just counting them as a book I haven't read. So a lot of the books on my TBR I have read, but it was in like middle school, early high school, and I remember almost nothing about them. So that is why they are in that list of almost 200 books. I definitely don't think I will be able to read all of them within even a year. But I'm going to slowly chip away at them, and I am trying to buy books less. Lately, when I do buy books, they are secondhand books that I'm planning to bedazzle for my Etsy store, so I've been doing really good on not buying more books for my own shelf. In conjunction with that, I'm just going to add this one in. Like, as a sly little thing, I want to have a reading room so bad. I guess this goes into the, like, buying category, but I did not talk about it then. Me and my boyfriend still live with my parents, but we are saving up and planning to move out soon. It is a huge goal of mine to have a reading room. Not, like, in our first place that we move out to, but, like, somewhere down the line, I would love to have a reading room. That would be very special. But not yet, unfortunately. I have a few more that are just miscellaneous, and I'll talk about them all at once. So we'll talk about those next. The last few things on my bucket list that are just kind of miscellaneous. First is to sell my products at a book event. I think that would be spectacular. I do have a book club that is larger, and they do have either members of the book club that have Etsy shops to come and sell their things. They have other vendors come every once in a while and set up shop. And I am personal friends and very close with the person that runs this book club, so I told her I want to work up more of an inventory or to have more things in my shop before I try to do something like that. The city that I live close to has a huge book festival every spring, so I'm hoping maybe next year for that festival I can have a booth there. We'll see. I have been working on, I have it behind me, new things in my shop. Right now I have bedazzled books and some bookmarks and digital downloads of like Kindle skins, but I have been testing some crochet items, and one of them is tapestries. This is the first one that I ever made to test, so I'm very proud of it, even though it's my first one. But like, if I could get better at this and do some of these, I think that would be really cool to bring along. I think people would enjoy that. I'm testing another one. Whoops. The crochet hook fell out. It's going to be a Harry Potter flag, but it's very newly in the works, so you won't be able to see it very well. I have like, I think around 10 books that I still need to bedazzle, so we'll see if those make it that long. If not, oh well. The last two things kind of go together. One of them kind of has to do with my social media, I guess. I want to be able to start doing, maybe over the summer, maybe not, lives of like, maybe like a read with me, maybe like book discussions, maybe me talking to you while I make products. I'm not sure yet, but I want to do these lives to raise money for charities that have to do with books and reading. I will have to do a little more research into which ones of those are more legit. I am very picky about charities. I do like to really dive deep on them to see how trustworthy they actually are. Something that goes along with that, I would love, 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 love to be able to donate books to different organizations or places. Homeless shelters, I'm sure, take books every once in a while. I would love to donate to the prison projects that send books to inmates. Donate to like libraries, schools, other programs like that. I would love to be able to do that. That is really something I'd love to be able to do. I wish that I had more to give now, but I'm so early on in my life that I don't have a whole lot to give, unfortunately. But I will work my way up to that. I will get there one day. It is on my list. But that, let me double check. That's everything on my bucket list. I don't know if I'll add more later. Maybe we'll keep up with this, who knows. But tell me what is on your bookish bucket list. I would love to know what goals you guys have. I think it would be really fun to talk about our goals and share with others in the community. But that is all for today. I will see you on Friday with a reading vlog. But until then, happy reading and have a really good week. Hopefully a week full of reading. Bye, guys.